Hey guys, Motorcar Nut here, and today we're going to be replacing the rear brake pads on a 2006 to 2012 RAV4. Alright, first thing we're going to do is take off the wheel. We have 21 millimeter. Just take the wheel off and we'll continue. Now we're going to take off the caliper. Over here we have 14 millimeter bolt, and over here we're going to take both of these out. All right, now once we got those two bolts out, you just get a screwdriver, you wedge it in here or on the bottom somewhere. All right, you just want to get it out because there's still a little pressure from the piston. Like that. And just hold it and just lay it on top somewhere so it doesn't have any pressure on the line. Always check the lines, make sure that they look good, they're not leaking, they're not dry rotted, not cracked. All right, and your pins here, make sure these move. Okay, they're not rusted or anything like that. And here's the pads right here. Now disregard how this looks. This is just a parts car, but I'm showing you how to do it. All right, you get a little screwdriver. You get in here to pull the brakes out. Right here, like that. Always note if it has any kind of it usually has like a metal piece here. It's usually on the piston side. That's a low indicator of the brakes. When the brakes are getting ready to hit metal to metal, there's like a little metal thing that screeches on the rotors, and you hear that. And the reason why you would hear that is if you mess with the, if you top off the brake fluid, and you're never supposed to do that. And I'm going to explain at the end of the video, because it can throw everything off, and that's not a good idea. All right. So this, just put it in here nice. You don't drop them like that. All right. And now these things, these are the hardware. You just put a screwdriver in here, and you just pop these out. All right. And you note the which way they go, because you see it like that, you could easily put this one like this up there, all right, and it'll be inaccurate. That won't be right. All right. Now, again, if you feel uncomfortable, you're not too comfortable working on brakes, do not do the brakes because it's a safety issue. You could wind up, in a bad situation. So if you don't feel comfortable, have a qualified mechanic do it. All right. So you take both of them off, clean up everything. All right. It's a good time to inspect your rotor, but we're talking about brakes today. And what we're going to do is you're going to clean up the surfaces over here, with rust, with a wire brush and everything. Then you're going to put your brand new hardware on. All right. And then you're going to put your pads back on. I'm going to show you. Now, when you put the hardware on, like I said, you get the brand new one, you match it up. You see this little thing here? It gets wedged into here. So what you do is you put it like this first, down, and then you push this part down. And make sure it's nice and flush, unless the pads won't go on. Nice and flush, right? And do the same thing with the top one. You put it in and then up. Okay? And make sure it's nice and flush. Okay, assuming everything is good, these slide good. You have brand new hardware, new brake pads. This is a brand new one. You slide them in like this, right? And you just make sure that they're nice and flush. Nothing's binding up here or on the bottom, like that. Okay, you make sure they're all in. Don't put no grease or nothing on those. You don't do that. The only thing you grease is the inside over here where the boots are. You never put grease here. All right. So now after that, we're going to take and we're going to have to push the piston in because now the new brakes have more meat. They're thicker, and this won't slide on because the piston is out, and it was on the same, it was worn to the old brake pad, so we have to push it back in. And how you can do it, you use an old brake pad with a C-clamp. You put it on the back over here, make sure everything is nice and square, and you slowly turn it, like one. Give it a chance for the fluid to go back up into the master cylinder. You don't want to force it too much. Just go like that, wait. And it should go fairly easy. You see how I'm doing this? All right, if that piston doesn't go back, then you can have a frozen caliper and you would have to replace the caliper. And we do this until it basically bottoms out. Just back this off. And you see how now it's flush now? Now it's got enough room to go over your brand new pads. And you're gonna just slide it on like this. You just slide it on like that. You put the screw there and you put the screw on the bottom. I'm gonna do that. And we torque them down to 25 foot-pounds. And once we do that, you just check for leaks again, make sure you don't have nothing leaking, and check your work, make sure everything is okay. Put the wheel back on, torque the lug nuts 90 foot-pounds, and then we're gonna go to the top of the car. All right, we're at the top of the car now. What you do is you go inside the car and you press the brake pedal. And now this is assuming you gotta do both sides. You don't just do one side, you do both sides. And after you're done with that, you pump the brake pedal. You don't have to start the car. And you check your level. You usually don't have to add any brake fluid if it was never messed with. So now, you see over here, this one's just a little bit below the max. All right, now, if you didn't do the front brakes, okay, let's back up. Let's assume that you did the front brakes brand new, back brakes brand new. All right, so now what you do when you pump the brake pedal inside the vehicle about 5 or 6 times so you get a nice pedal, all the pistons, they lock up and push up against the rotors and everything is nice and tight. Then you check this level, and then if you're low, you fill it to the max. Only if you replaced all 4 brake pads. All right, if you only did the back and the front's okay, but you didn't replace them, put it a little bit lower than the max. And the reason for that is, let's say your front brake pads are worn and your backs are brand new and you put it at the maximum. Now, as the front brakes wear in, right, that light or whatever in the dash is not going to light up because it still thinks the pads are good because the level is high. The level is a sensor basically, and when all the brakes are brand new, it's at the maximum, and as they wear, there's a sensor in here that would light up the dash saying brakes or however it does, and then there's that mechanical one that scrapes against the rotor if this was topped off. That's why you never top off the brake fluid. Okay, so in this example, in this video, we just did the back. The fronts were good, but we just did the back, so you keep the maximum a little bit lower, the level a little bit lower than the maximum line. All right, then you take the car around the block nice and slow, pump the, make sure your brakes feel good. If you're just replacing the brake pads like we did in this video, not the rotors, the brake pads have to basically wear into the rotor, so you may have a little bit harder pedal to push, but that's normal. Just get used to it and drive it around the block, make sure it feels good, and then you can take it on the highway. All right, and if when you do add brake fluid, you use the .4 like this. All right, like I said, you don't top it off unless it's low, and if it is low, there's got to be a reason for that. All right, either the brake pads are worn in the front or the back, or you have a leak somewhere. Okay, guys? All right, so that's the end of this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe, hit that like button. Any questions pertaining to the video, leave them below. I answer all my questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.